You think motivation is enough? You think watching a few inspirational videos, reading a couple of books, or feeling that sudden surge of energy is going to take you where you want to go? That's a lie you keep telling yourself. Motivation is fleeting. It comes in waves, hits you hard, makes you feel unstoppable. But the moment adversity shows up, it disappears. You can't rely on something that's so fragile, so inconsistent to build something great. The only thing that will ever carry you through is discipline. Discipline is the backbone of consistency. It's what keeps you grinding when motivation is nowhere to be found. Every day you have a choice. You can either sit back and wait for the perfect moment, the perfect feeling, or you can take action despite every excuse your mind throws at you. The ones who win, the ones who rise above, they don't wait to feel ready. They don't care if they're tired, if they're in pain, if they're bored, if they don't feel like it. They show up anyway. Day in, day out. That's the difference between success and failure, between strength and weakness. It's the choice to do what needs to be done regardless of the circumstances. People love the idea of motivation because it's easy, it feels good, it gives them an illusion of progress without demanding real work. They get fired up, they make plans, they dream big, but when it's time to execute, they crumble. Because execution isn't fun. It's not glamorous. It's repetitive. It's painful. It's waking up before dawn when your body begs for sleep. It's hitting the gym when your muscles scream at you to stop. It's staying locked in on your goals when distractions are pulling at you from every direction. That's what separates the weak from the strong, the average from the elite. People who rely on motivation will always fall short. They'll start something with intensity, but they'll never finish. Why? Because when the initial excitement fades, they have nothing left to fall back on. Discipline, on the other hand, is a system. It's a contract you make with yourself that says, I will do this, no matter what. It's not about how you feel. It's about what needs to be done. There is no debate, no hesitation, no negotiation. It's automatic. You get up, you work, you push. Most people will never understand this because they want easy solutions. They want hacks, shortcuts, instant results. But consistency doesn't come from shortcuts. It comes from repetition, from grinding every single day, from mastering the basics so well that they become second nature. The reason people fail isn't because they lack talent, intelligence, or opportunity. It's because they lack the discipline to be consistent. They let emotions dictate their actions instead of setting a standard and living by it. They give up the moment they face resistance. And that's why they stay the same year after year, full of potential, but never realizing it. When you operate with discipline, you don't need motivation. You don't need inspiration. You don't need someone to push you because you've trained yourself to move forward regardless. You wake up, you handle your business, you put in the work. You don't sit around waiting to feel ready. Readiness is a myth. If you wait for the right time, you'll be waiting forever. The right time is now. The right time is when you don't feel like it. The right time is when your body is exhausted, when your mind is screaming at you to stop. That's the moment you prove who you are. Consistency is built through suffering, through sacrifice, through an unbreakable commitment to keep moving forward. You want to be great? Then be great every single day. Not when it's convenient, not when it's comfortable. Every day, no exceptions. No excuses. Success doesn't come from bursts of effort. It comes from sustained effort over time. It's not about intensity. It's about longevity. The one who stays in the fight the longest always wins. Most people don't lack ability. They lack endurance. They can push hard for a short time, but the moment progress slows, the moment obstacles appear, they break. That's where discipline separates the weak from the strong. Because the disciplined individual doesn't stop. They keep going when others quit. They don't count the days, they make the days count. They understand that results come from thousands of small, consistent efforts stacked on top of each other. Look around. The world is full of people who had potential but never lived up to it. People who started strong but faded away. People who talked a big game but never followed through. Don't be one of them. Be the one who doesn't just start, be the one who finishes. The one who refuses to quit, refuses to slow down, refuses to let circumstances dictate their destiny. Be the one who embodies discipline, who stays locked in, who embraces the grind no matter how hard it gets. Stop looking for motivation. Stop waiting for some magical feeling to push you forward. Make a decision, set a standard, commit to it with everything you have, and then do it again tomorrow, and the next day, and the next, until it becomes who you are. Until quitting is no longer an option, until discipline is all you know. That's how you win. That's how you rise above. That's how you become unstoppable. Most people want success, but they don't want to put in the work every single day. They want the rewards without the sacrifice, the growth without the struggle. They show up when they feel like it, when it's convenient, when the conditions are perfect. That's not how you win. That's not how you become great. You don't rise to your goals. You fall to the level of your habits. And if your habits are weak, if your discipline is inconsistent, you will always be chasing results that never come. Consistency is the foundation of everything. The grind is ugly, it's painful, and it's repetitive. But that's what separates those who dream from those who achieve. Anyone can go hard for a day, a week, or even a month. But can you show up when it's boring, when you're exhausted, when your body aches and your mind is begging for comfort? That's where greatness is forged. In the trenches, in the silence, when no one is watching. Most people think they have time. They tell themselves, I'll start tomorrow, as if tomorrow is promised. They wait for motivation, as if it's a magical force that will push them forward. Motivation is weak. It fades. It's unreliable. What happens when it disappears? Do you stop? Do you quit? Because that's what most people do. They get fired up for a moment, and then when the grind hits them, when they realize it's not easy, they fall back into their old patterns. The difference between those who succeed and those who don't is simple. One group keeps showing up no matter what. The other makes excuses. You have to be relentless. You have to rewire your mind to crave discomfort. Every single day you need to do something that pushes you past your limits. You need to fall in love with the process, not the results. Because results take time. You don't plant a seed today and expect a tree tomorrow. Growth is slow. Progress is painful, and if you're not willing to grind every single day without immediate rewards, you'll never get there. Some days you will feel broken. Your mind will tell you to stop. Your body will scream for rest. That's the moment where you decide what kind of person you are. Will you listen to the excuses, or will you push through? The weak give in. The strong push forward. And the strongest, they embrace the pain. They understand that every rep, every struggle, every moment of discomfort is shaping them into something unbreakable. Nobody cares how hard your journey is. Nobody is coming to save you. You are the only one responsible for your success. The world will give you every reason to quit. People will doubt you. Life will throw obstacles in your path. But none of that matters. What matters is what you do when things get hard. Will you keep moving forward, or will you let adversity break you? Every time you choose to show up, every time you silence the excuses, you build a version of yourself that is stronger, tougher, and more resilient. This is not about talent. It's not about luck. It's about the daily commitment to being better than you were yesterday, 1 hour at a time, one workout at a time, one decision at a time. And when you stack those small wins day after day, something incredible happens. You become unstoppable. Not because you're special, not because you were given some gift, but because you refuse to quit. Because you embraced the grind when others ran from it. Because you showed up when nobody else did. So stop waiting. Stop making excuses. Stop looking for the easy way. There is no easy way. There is only the grind. And the only way to win is to be consistent, to show up every single day, to do the work when it's hard, when it's boring, when it feels like nothing is happening. Because in those moments, you are building the foundation of your success. The question is, are you willing to do what it takes? Or will you be like everyone else, hoping for results while refusing to put in the work? The choice is yours. Show up, grind, be consistent, and watch what happens. You wake up every morning with a choice, either to fall into the same cycle of excuses, mediocrity, and stagnation, or to rise up and put in the work, no matter how you feel. The weak mindset looks for comfort. It seeks the easiest way out, the smoothest road, the least resistance. But the truth is, nothing worthwhile is achieved in comfort. Growth comes from pain. Strength is built in a fire of discipline. If you want to be great, you have to make a decision to callous your mind, to fortify your will, and to show up every single day with ruthless consistency. Most people chase motivation. They wait for that feeling, that spark of energy to push them into action. But motivation is fragile. It crumbles under pressure. When life punches you in the face, motivation disappears. And that's when most people quit. That's why most never achieve anything significant. They rely on emotion that fluctuates instead of developing a mindset that remains unshakable. The answer isn't motivation. The answer is consistency. The answer is showing up when you're tired, when you're broken, when you have every excuse in the world not to. Because that's how you separate yourself from the masses. That's how you forge a mind so strong that nothing, not fear, not pain, not failure, the mind is like your hands. If you lift weights without gloves, without padding, your hands will tear open. It will hurt like hell. But if you keep at it, those same hands will develop calluses. The skin will thicken. It will harden. Eventually, you'll be able to grip anything, lift anything, endure anything. That's exactly how the mind works. If you expose it to discomfort over and over again, if you embrace suffering rather than running from it, your mind will toughen. Your emotions will stop controlling you. Your excuses will die. And what will be left is a force, an unstoppable, disciplined, relentless version of yourself. Look around. People are soft. They break at the first sign of struggle. They complain about things they can control. They make excuses for why they're not where they want to be. They justify their failures instead of confronting them. But deep down, they know the truth. They know they're not putting in the work. They know they quit when things got hard. They know they're not consistent. And until you make the decision to commit to the grind every single day, you'll never break free from that cycle. You'll never develop the mental armor required to dominate life. This isn't about talent. This isn't about natural ability. It's about who can endure more, who can show up when the odds are against them, who can push forward when everything inside them is screaming to stop. That's what makes a champion. That's what makes a warrior. And you don't need anyone's permission to step into that mindset. You just need to stop negotiating with yourself. You need to stop looking for shortcuts. You need to stop making excuses and simply commit to the process. No matter how long it takes, no matter how hard it gets, there will be days when you don't feel like it. Days when your body is screaming for rest, when your mind is begging for comfort, when every part of you wants to hit the snooze button and just take it easy. Those are the most important days. Those are the days that define you. Because if you can show up when it's hard, if you can push through when you're at your lowest, then nothing, absolutely nothing can stop you. That's how you build an indestructible mindset. That's how you separate yourself from the weak, from the average, from the ones who settle. You have to be relentless. You have to be obsessive. Consistency isn't just about showing up when it's convenient. It's about showing up every single day, regardless of the circumstances. You're tired? Show up. You're stressed? Show up. You're in pain? Show up. Because every single time you do, you're strengthening your mind. You're reinforcing the habits that will carry you forward. And soon, what once seems impossible will become your new standard. What once felt unbearable will become normal. And that's when you realize you transformed. You become the kind of person who doesn't make excuses, who doesn't wait for motivation, who doesn't break under pressure. You become a force that nothing can stop. This world doesn't care about your excuses. It doesn't care about your reasons for not showing up. It only rewards those who refuse to quit. So stop looking for the easy way. Stop searching for hacks and shortcuts. The only way forward is through the grind, through the struggle, through the pain. And if you can learn to embrace that, if you can learn to thrive in discomfort, you'll unlock a level of power you never knew existed, a power that only belongs to the few. The ones who show up day in and day out without fail, the ones who understand that consistency is the foundation of greatness. No more excuses. No more waiting for the right time. No more quitting when things get tough. Callous your mind, stay consistent, and watch how unstoppable you become. Listen up. Life doesn't care about your feelings. Success doesn't give a damn about your excuses. The ones who rise, the ones who win, they don't wait for motivation. They don't wait for the perfect time. They show up every single day, no matter what. Most people don't have what it takes because they negotiate with weakness. They let their feelings dictate their actions. They say, I'm too tired. I don't have time. I'll start tomorrow. But guess what? Tomorrow turns into never. Every excuse you make is another step toward failure. Every time you justify quitting, you train yourself to accept being average. And that's the truth. You think you want success? Then prove it. When the alarm clock goes off, get up. When the pain sets in, push through. When doubt creeps in, shut it down. The only way to be great is to do the work. No matter how you feel, you've got to show up when you're sore, when you're tired, when you're broken. Consistency is the key. No one cares how hard it is. No one's coming to save you. It's on you to put in the work. Most people stay stuck because they live in a cycle of excuses. I'll start when I feel ready. I'll do it when it's easier. That moment never comes. The time is now. The grind is now. Success is earned in the unseen hours, in the early mornings, in the late nights, in the pain, in the suffering. You've got to build a callous mind, one that doesn't give in when things get tough. Because trust me, they will get tough. Life will test you. The question is, are you going to break or are you going to keep going? The ones who win don't look for comfort. They embrace the grind. They don't listen to the weak voice in their head. telling them to stop. They outwork their excuses, they outwork their doubts, and they stay locked in. You have to attack every single day like it's your last chance to get better. That's the mindset. That's how you separate yourself. You don't earn success by talking about it. You don't get respect by wishing for it. You lace up your shoes, you get your ass to work, and you stay consistent. No breaks, no shortcuts, no damn excuses. Just work. Every day, stay hard.